Yo guys, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and today we're training 46 minutes of chess. Welcome Harshal and welcome Josh. Glad to see you guys are ready and rearing to go for some tactics this morning or this afternoon. Just to give you guys an update, yesterday I managed to win my game. I was playing this old timer who used to be 2100, now is 1700. So yeah, really rough progression for the guy, but it was a really interesting game in the sense that I felt like he was really trying to play for the draw, even at the expense of just making really positionally incorrect moves. And I think when I reflected a bit more about it, I kind of realized that I think tactically he was just completely kind of past it in terms of his skills. He just couldn't see basic tactics as much, and that's why even if he knew that positionally he had to play more actively, he would just always choose the more solid defensive option. So it kind of allowed me to get away with pressing him a bit harder, and basically I managed to convert the position with the black pieces. But it wasn't easy at all, and actually the guy in this tournament, he's drawn 5 games, lost 2 now. So he's managing to grind out the draws against players stronger than him. He's only played up this tournament, so yeah, not an easy opponent at all. But yeah, I'm happy to have got the win. And today actually I'm playing a scary looking junior born 2006. I don't know if that's even a junior nowadays, but he's having a really good tournament. Has beaten players of my level so far, so yeah, it's going to be interesting. I've got some ideas in terms of what I'm going to play, but yeah, I'll just have to be warmed up. Also, the nap yesterday helped so much. I don't know if you guys, well, you probably remember if you were watching yesterday's stream, but I was just really tilted from the tactics. I was just not this one, this rook 8 c3 check. But yeah, the nap, I just slept for an hour before, and then when I woke up I was super fresh. So I think I need to do that again. I need to buy some lunch today, and then I'll have a nap, and then hopefully feel the form again. Yeah, I'm determined to improve before that happens to me. Yeah, but I don't think that process of decline will start till much later. Yeah, I think so. This guy, I think, was in his 60s yesterday who I played. So, and I found with chess players, it seems to be it's a long time until the decline starts. You can even be around 40, late 40s, 50, and you're even doing very, very well, maybe even playing at your best, and then suddenly it's around 55, 60 that things just start to go wrong. That's kind of just been my observation from strong players that I've come across. Which is kind of scary, right? I don't know if that's normal for most human beings to decline at that kind of age, or if it's just chess players from all the stress built up over the years. But yeah, basically, let's get into it. So exercise 377, let's give this a shot. Okay, so we're piece for a pawn down, namely the light squared bishop. There's a lot of tension in this position because we've got this rook on the line of a queen. We've got potential captures here. Maybe there's some back of rank ideas, but probably unlikely. The bishop is lining up against this pawn, which could potentially be weak, although the bishop is securing it. This bishop is on the line of a queen, maybe some tactics here as well. And ultimately, yeah, we must not forget we are a piece for a pawn down. So, okay, what candidate moves are there in the position? We've got queen takes f7, which is a check. Anything else? No, I don't see any other checks. So what about captures? We've got queen takes e4, rook takes d5, rook takes c6, bishop takes g7. Okay. Those are all the captures. And then what about threats? Or moves that disrupt the opponent's position, remove defenders, bring in attackers. So maybe... Maybe rook c4 could be a threat, right? You're threatening to maybe capture this rook and maybe exploit this d-file. So maybe rook c4 is one. Not really seeing any others right now. So okay, I think let's start with our checks and captures. So queen f7, king f7 just makes absolutely no sense, so no. What about captures? So what if we take on e4? If we go queen takes e4, pawn takes e4, rook takes d8, rook takes d8, we currently just traded material, and the problem is if we take on c6, we get back rank checkmated with rook d1 checkmate. So we're almost winning a piece there, but not quite. So maybe we can like use the same idea, but you know, switch up the move order slightly and bring in some other ideas. And rook takes c6 looks really promising then after calculating that line, because the point being is that if rook takes c6, we're up a piece, or okay, we win back the piece. And if they go rook takes c6, the problem for them is that the c1 square that would typically give a back rank checkmate is now covered. So rook takes c6, rook takes c6, queen takes e4, pawn takes e4, rook takes d8, and that looks like happy days. Like it looks like we stay a pawn up, we've won back our piece. The only move that I'm a bit concerned about is what if they play rook c2? Because we can't just move the bishop away somewhere, because then they can play rook c1 with checkmate. We can't go bishop a3 to keep controlling c1, because there's bishop takes a3, but there isn't. Because the point is if bishop takes a3, then we get to give... Ah, no, it's not back rank. I thought we could go rook d8 and it would be checkmate, but then they can drop back bishop f8. Are you guys following what I'm saying? I'm basically saying this, takes rook c2, and I was thinking maybe we can play bishop a3, because if bishop takes, then we can give... Our rook's on d8. Right, hold on a sec. Rook c6, queen e4, pawn e4, rook takes d8. Right. If rook c2, just bishop a3 and the bishop is pinned. Right, I completely forgot that my rook was actually on d8 by that point. So then this is completely working. So yeah, happy with winning the piece. I think we should give rook c2 as a potential candidate here. I mean, I know it's completely lost after bishop a3, but I guess, yeah, maybe it's kind of more obvious at this moment. But I'm glad I at least looked at rook c2. Because rook c2, if I move the bishop anywhere else, I might even be lost. Okay. Josh says, I definitely respect people who try to stick through it. Right. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one. I don't know if I would be able to. I think, to, drop so much from my peak, I think it would be really, really tough. There's an IM in this tournament in Prague, and I think I haven't kept up with his results recently, but at some point he was on 1.5 out of 5 or something like this, and this is an IM who has dropped all the way down to 1800. I don't know if my pride could take that, but yeah, it's an interesting one. Rook c6 followed by queen e4, I guess. Harshal with the correct answer. Nice. Yep, Frizz got it as well. Rook c2, bishop a3. Very nice. Our rook's already on d8. Yes. Okay, it took me some time to spot that. Also, welcome Gloin to the stream. Yeah, welcome Frizz. And okay, let's do the next one. Okay, so already a part of me just wants to jump into moves like f6 and stuff and, start calculating. But okay, let's actually try and evaluate a bit more, because that's going to improve our accuracy, right? So let's understand what's going on. So we've got a very interesting imbalance. We've got queen against rook and knight. We've also got opposite colored bishops. We have equal pawns, but different pawn structure. So, okay, they're very, very interesting things to note. Anything else to note about the position? There's some tension on the knight on d7. We've got potential back rank checkmate. Our king looks weak, but given black's pieces, I don't think it's too weak. Black would still need some moves to generate something. Somehow it feels like black's pieces are a bit loose, like the rook on b2 especially, maybe the bishop in c5 on c5 in some cases. I wouldn't be surprised if bishop takes d7, rook takes d7, and queen e5 just is winning something back, right? Because it hits the b2 rook, it hits the bishop on c5, my king's on a light square, I'm threatening queen e8 mate, so is that not just picking up something? It feels like the position feels too loose for black. So bishop takes d7, rook takes d7, queen e5. How does white defend everything? You don't have bishop d4 because then I go rook, queen e8. Maybe they go rook c2 in the sense that I don't actually threat. Ah, no, but queen e8 actually threatens to win the rook. It doesn't threaten mate because queen e8, bishop f8, but I can win the rook. So bishop d7, rook d7, queen e5. Is that literally just winning a piece? And is winning a piece enough? Probably, right? We've got a queen against a rook then, so that looks legit. Just trying to see if there are any other candidates there for black. And maybe we can think longer about the position as well, like maybe try and calculate these f6 ideas, but to be honest, I'm really happy with winning a piece. The only time I'm not happy is if I'm not actually winning a piece. So for instance, what if they try and get some active counterplay, right? And I realize I'm actually doing what Frizz recommended not to do, which is just tunnel visioning one line. So probably I should stop in a sec. But let's say queen e5, can they play this move? Rook d2. To get some like active counterplay with rook h2 kind of ideas. Because I don't think I can take on c5, right? Because then rook h2, king g1, rook g2, checkmate. And the problem is I'm not actually threatening mate here because he can just block bishop f8. So yeah, this is the problem with tunnel visioning, and this is why I need to look at all my candidates first before just blitzing out a move. So okay, let's have a look. So what checks do I have? I've got queen b8. What captures do I have? I've got bishop takes d7. That's actually the only capture. What about threats? Okay, f6 is definitely a candidate. Not seeing another threat immediately. So maybe let's start here. Maybe something will pop up. Maybe a move like queen c7 could also be disrupting the defense, right? You're threatening like queen d8 stuff. So queen c7 looks threatening. f6 looks threatening. So okay, let's start with queen b8. So queen b8, knight b8, just pointless, right? So then we looked at our bishop d7 and we kind of got stumped after bishop d7, rook d7, queen e5 and rook d2. Didn't see a way there. So maybe there's something better. Bishop takes d7, rook takes d7. What else can we try? Queen b8 now still doesn't do anything. I think just bishop f8. Yeah, not really seeing it. Yeah. Okay, so what about our threats? So let's say we play queen c7. Is there a big threat? Well, yes, we're threatening to take the knight and hit checkmate, back rank, so it looks very threatening. Queen c7, what can they do? If they try the old trick of rook e2, rook e to e2, does that actually lead anywhere? Probably we can just, no, it is threatening mate in one actually. If we take the knight with the queen, just rook h2 as mate. I was thinking how the bishop on c6 still protects g2, but it doesn't matter, like we're already checkmated. So queen c7, rook e to e2. Yeah, queen c7, rook e2. Do we have something here? I don't think the checks are so useful. They can block knight f8 and bishop f8, potentially. But queen c7, rook e2, maybe just bishop takes d7. I think that looks actually really strong because the queen protects h2, so probably our king is safe. So queen c7, I don't think rook e2 works. So queen c7, how do they actually defend everything? If queen c7 and they defend the knight with like rook d2, then we can just go bishop takes d7, and when they recapture, we take the bishop on c5. So queen c7 is threatening the knight, but also threatening the loose bishop after. So queen c7 looks really strong. Just to win a piece. What if queen c7, knight f8, revealing the rook attacking the queen to save some time, also defending mate, defending the knight? Feels a little bit, that might be the problem. Yeah, I don't really see it. So maybe Yeah, I'm not seeing it immediately. Maybe let's try this f6. Final candidate move. f6. So what can they play here? If they go knight takes, which to me feels like the most reasonable move, do we have a follow-up? We've got queen b8 check. And however they block, we're just going to take it with the bishop and we're happy. Like we've won material, right? So f6. What if they move the rook to e2, rook e to e2, then we can just go bishop takes d7, and again we cover h2, and we're happy. So f6, what about pawn takes f6? And pawn takes f6 looks really dodgy, right? Because we just go queen g4 check, and then we pick up the knight on d7, and that just looks great. We won a piece. So actually f6 just looks really strong. And I'm going to really try and hard not to, like, I don't know, make this a solution because our other options didn't work. I've got like 30 seconds to make a decision. It was my intuition as well, like to play this f6. So that's promising too. The f6, any other candidates here? I really don't see any other candidates. Because we've just got so many threats. We've got this queen b8 check, we're hitting the knight, we're hitting the rook. Like, yep, I think I'm happy. Nice. And then I believe it was just queen g4. Queen g4, the king has to move, and we just play bishop takes d7. I don't think I'm missing something here. Queen g4, king f8, bishop takes d7, rook e2. Maybe we just go queen g3 or something. Like, I think it's fine. I guess one alternative, aside from this queen g4, could be bishop takes d7 immediately. Because if rook takes d7, then queen g4 check picks up the rook. And that's probably even better, right? So if bishop takes d7 and rook e2, is that a better case scenario? Probably, right? Because the queen is on f4, where it protects this h2 square. So probably chopping that knight on d7 is the best way to go. I think I like that even more. Because the queen is actually pretty well placed on f4. So why move it if we don't need to? Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Yeah, bishop d7, queen g4. Okay, so I'm glad like I looked at some candidates here. And let's just see it. Is this actually... Is it just a slight difference in eval, or is it completely different? Queen g4, yeah, okay, slight difference. So it's a little bit worse, but it's not like a mistake or something. And this was actually the feeling. I was like saying queen g3 here, or okay, you could go queen f4 back, but then this is just a tempo slower, right? So why lose a tempo for no reason in such a open position? But okay, that was nice. So let's see what people said. Queen e5 after bishop d7 is a nice spot. Thank you, Frizz. Yeah, like I don't think I would have always got that in the past. If bishop takes d7, rook e2. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't find. That's frustrating. Yeah, I got it. f6 is the move. f6 is nice. Yes. f6 was my first intuition, but I stopped after rook e8. Huh. But when is that rook e8 in the position? Oh, rook e8 at the start here. But that just hangs a piece, no? Or are you saying rook e8 in a different line? Maybe. But yeah, in any case, yeah, it's interesting. f6 was my intuition too. But I guess there were some other interesting ideas that needed to be checked first. Yeah, this queen e5 is triple threat, but then rook dd2. Yeah, and this is mate. Yeah, so we saw this as well. So that's really good. Cool. Okay, let's do one more. Right. Also, guys, before I get into this one, I'd like to run an idea with you that I had yesterday in terms of like some kind of chess project. So it's been an idea for like quite some time, and I have never like worked out the exact logistics of it. But I was thinking like at some point, I don't know when, maybe when the channel blows up a bit bigger, like maybe there's more subscribers. But what do you guys think of the idea of introducing like a chess lifestyle academy where the idea would be like we take like a group of maybe up to 30 students, and maybe within the kind of level of 1,000 to 2,000 elo. And the idea is that myself and maybe a few other friends of mine who are also chess coaches, we give like maybe a lesson each week, and we have it on some particular topics. So my idea is that like maybe if I have like 4 coaches, one of them would give lectures on the attack, one of them would give lectures on the defense, one of them would give lectures on positional chess, and perhaps I would take like the practical chess element and tactics as well. I have my own idea for that for the site, but yeah, the idea would be you kind of pay a monthly subscription, and then you get these like lessons once a week, and yeah, the idea is that this kind of regular lessons would be really nice, because then you pay like a smaller fee as opposed to like one-to-one coaching, and you get like, you know, this input from 4 coaches, and all the coaches would be chosen to be teaching their specialist subject. So yeah, like they'd be giving their best lessons. Yeah, and the idea is that like by capping it at like a certain number of students, it might have a bit more of a kind of personalized feel to the academy, because like, you know, you've got stuff like Chess Mood or Killer Chess Training, which, you know, they have like hundreds, thousands of students, and even though they try and add this like personal element, it's not really personal at all. So the idea would be like, you know, you can message the coaches, you can like discuss chess. Maybe there'll be some forums or something like this. But yeah, what do you guys think? Any initial impressions or thoughts about it? Because I think it would be really cool to have something like that. But yeah, at the same time, it's also a lot of hassle to set up if it just flops and no one signs up, right? So yeah, I need to think carefully before venturing down that path. But I think it's been something that I've been wanting to do for some time, and I think like yeah, I think like Chess Lifestyle as a channel has like the potential to maybe potentially start something like that. But yeah, probably it's better to wait a bit when we get a few more subscribers first, and then we can see. I can finally join the stream. Nice, Spacely. I'm glad to hear it. Hello, microphone. Are you saying that my microphone is a problem? I hope not. I mean, no one has said it so far, but welcome, Tricky, as well. But yeah, okay. Yeah, Frizz says it's a nice idea. That's great to hear. Yeah, maybe Frizz, we can even discuss it some more. I can send you like all my ideas about it, and if you have any thoughts about it, that would be greatly appreciated to hear your input. But okay, we'll see if anyone comments on YouTube as well. Like if you're watching on YouTube after, then please drop a comment or drop me a message about your thoughts about it, if that would be something you'd potentially be interested in. But okay, for now, let's do some more tactics. So, okay, what's going on here? Microphone is a new nickname? Damn, okay. Okay, fair enough. I feel like overreached my rating ceiling at 1700, and I don't know what to do. Aha. I think when it comes to kind of like improving your ceiling, I would say that the first step you need to do is work out what your strengths and weaknesses are, and identify which aspect is holding you back. Is it the fact that like you're all-rounded and your strengths aren't strong enough to push you to the next level, or are you very, very extreme in your abilities and your weaknesses are holding you back? I think once you understand that, then you can start trying to actually work on the aspect that is holding you back, and then yeah, hopefully see some improvement there. But also, like when you kind of hit that first plateau, I have the feeling that chess becomes harder. Like that's just a given. And I think people have their plateaus at different points. I mean, you've got like some 8-year-olds who are like 2200 FIDE, right? And stuff like this. Like their plateau will come much later. And I think we all have our own plateau at some point. And then it really becomes a matter of like, are you able to work on the aspects that are holding you back or not, if you want to see the improvement you're looking for. So that would be my advice to you, Jamie. A bit of a wishy-washy answer, but yeah, maybe you can work that out for yourself. What would pricing of the new idea look like? Yeah, that's a very good question. I mean, my base figure in my head was £50 a month, because ultimately you'd be getting a lesson with me, you'd be getting a lesson with three other friends of mine who are also special, like have those specialities. So, for instance, I've got a friend who's like really, really good at coaching attacking chess. I've got a friend whose defensive chess is like the best I know. And I've got a friend who's extremely strong positionally. So I feel like if they were to give lectures on this kind of these kind of topics, like I feel like you'd gain a lot, like better than what I could do, giving one-to-one. And I feel like yeah, like £50 a month to get all of this would be great, would be really great. And I feel like £50 is also enough to like make it worthwhile for me and the coaches if we get enough students. So that's the kind of number. Okay, thank you for the move spoiler, Frizz, so I won't see it. And annoyingly, okay, let me see if I can refresh the page and if the timer resets. Okay, the timer resets, fantastic. Yeah, because I haven't thought about the position at all. So that's my first thoughts just basically. But what do you think about that pricing? Jamie's Chess says, I'm 39, maybe I can't further my development. Well, Jamie's Chess, for the record, both Anand and Topalov reached their peak ratings, I think, at 39 and 41. So the point being is that you can, if they're reaching their peak at that point, there's definitely still like opportunity to improve, I think, at that late age. I mean, I think chess is unlike most other sports where, you know, your kind of experience and your knowledge can surpass like maybe certain physical fitness aspects that maybe are better when you're younger. So I don't think 39 is too old. I was actually, like, at the start of the stream, we were talking about this kind of like mental deterioration, and I don't think that comes so early for chess. Like, I think it's probably like late 50s when that will come. So I think you've got another 20 years at least, Jamie. So I wouldn't be concerned. I think just like, yeah, like, I mean, I don't know for sure, right? Like, maybe there is some kind of like factor there, but I don't think so personally. Like, I think you're fine. But okay, let's try and solve this. So we've got bishop pair against knight and bishop. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we're a pawn down. What's going on in the position? So we've got our bishop kind of lined up against the white king, although the e4 pawn is blocking our own bishop. Maybe we've got this like knight g3 idea, like to try and just break up white's defense. The bishop is targeting the knight on h2 as well. This could be a nice removal of the defender. g2 feels like a weak square. Maybe we can play knight h4 and attack the weak square somehow. We've also got a protected passed pawn on d3. Maybe this is going to be useful. How about for the opponent? The opponent's got this bishop on b2 that's lined up against our king. Maybe we should be a bit careful, but somehow it feels like white's pieces aren't really coordinated to give us any damage as well. So I kind of feel like maybe we've got the time to set up a really deadly threat, if that's really good. But otherwise, maybe we've even got something stronger immediately. It feels like our pieces are looking really, really nice. So, okay, what candidates do we have? What checks do we have? We've got queen g2, we've got knight g3. What captures do we have? We've got bishop takes h2, knight takes e3. And what about threats? Maybe queen g3 is a threat, like very flashy threat. Threatens mate, right? Maybe queen f4 could be a threat, because if pawn takes, maybe you can push e3 and you open up your b7 bishop. Like, I don't think it works, but maybe it's a threat still. Knight h4 is a threat, exploiting this g2 pawn. Don't really see a way we can lift the rooks in somehow. Feels a bit too slow as well. Maybe bishop d5 could be a threat. Like, you know, if they take it, then we could do some discovery that like causes some problem. Okay, so we've got some ideas. Let's have a look at our most forcing moves first. So queen g2, king g2. I'd be really surprised if that works. It feels like we don't have enough pieces that can come in. Knight h4 check. Maybe king back to h1. Probably not enough, right? So what about knight g3 check, knight g3? They can play king g1, but let's say knight g3, pawn takes g3. queen takes g3, threatening mate on h2. And how do we defend that? Oh, we're also hitting the rook on e1. So they don't have time to play like knight g4 or something. We just go queen takes e1 and we win. So knight g3, pawn g3, queen g3. What else can they do? If they move king g1, we just go queen takes h2. So okay, knight g3, I feel like king g1 is forced, right? Like knight g3, pawn g3, queen g3, do we have anything else? Knight f3, we can just play pawn takes f3, and we're really happy there. We've like won a pawn, his king is weak. So knight g3, pawn g3, queen g3, yeah. Oh, what about knight f1? But knight f1, we can still play queen takes e1, and we should be very happy winning the exchange in a pawn. So knight g3, king g2. Knight g3, king g1. Do we have a follow-up here? Maybe we can go knight e2 check. But then they can go rook takes e2. And pawn e2, queen e2. Not really sure we've got something. So knight e3, king g1 is actually a bit annoying. Can we combine any of our other candidate moves here to make something work? Somehow don't see it. But okay, that's some promising calculations still. So what other ideas do we have? What about this queen g3 immediately? Let's do our captures first actually. So what captures? We've got bishop takes h2. So bishop takes h2. If they don't want to be a piece down, probably king takes h2 makes sense. And do we have a follow-up? Maybe knight h4, but then rook g1. Don't quite see it. Okay, what about other captures? Knight takes e3. Maybe knight takes e3 back. But then there's rook takes f2. And that feels like slightly dicey, but also if a g2 pawn is defended, I'm not so sure. Knight e3, rook e3 is possible as well. Maybe that's fine. Doesn't feel like it's right. Don't quite believe in it. Unless it is really strong. Because knight e3, pawn e3, queen g3 probably is strong. Yeah, knight e3, pawn e3, queen g3 looks like it's winning. So let's actually try and make this work. Like knight e3, what if knight takes e3? Then we go rook takes f2. We're hitting the bishop. Let's say the bishop moves somewhere. I don't know. Bishop c3 or something. Do we have a move here? Well, actually, I guess knight e3, pawn e3, knight e3, rook f2, bishop c3. Now that the pawn on f2 is gone, we can play this queen g3 idea again. That looks promising. Although this time they can play knight f1 because the rook on f2 actually blocks your attack on the rook on e1, and also the rook on e1 is protected by the rook on a1. So if they play knight f1 there, do we have a follow-up? Yes. No. I was going to say we can go rook takes f1, and if they recapture with the rook, we've got queen h2 mate, but they can recapture with a knight. And then I don't... Yeah, don't see it. Don't see it. So okay, before we tunnel vision this any further, like knight takes e3 definitely is interesting. What about our threats? So queen g3 threatens mate in 1. They can potentially play knight f1 as a defense, so maybe it's not quite as strong as I hoped. But even so, like queen g3, pawn takes g3, knight g3, rook king g1. Really don't feel like we got something there. Knight h4 threatening mate. They could play rook g1. Don't know if we've got enough there. What other threats did we have? We had this bishop d5 as well. If queen takes d5, then maybe we take on h2 with a discovery, or we even play knight g3 check with a discovery. So does bishop d5 help our position at all? Bishop d5, maybe they just go queen c3, and maybe our position's even slightly worse. Knight e3 seemed like the most promising move out of all of our suggestions, and I'm running out of time. But knight e3 is not a move you want to play like on a whim. It's like you either calculate it and you make it work, or you don't. But intuitively, it definitely feels good as well, right? Knight e3, rook e3, rook f2. If knight f2, I take on e3. It does look really strong. I think let's go for it. I mean, I could. It's not right. It's not right. I mean, it felt like it was right. But wow, knight g3 is working. So king g1. What did I miss here? King g1. I really don't see anything jump out at me at all. King g1. I looked at my check, knight e2, and I didn't see anything of it. Wait. Knight e2 check. If the king goes back to h1, maybe there. Maybe if king g1, we go knight e2 check. If the king goes back to h1, now we play rook takes f2. If knight takes f2, then queen g3. But then they can go knight f to g4, and I don't see how we win there. Yeah. Kind of confused on this one. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, and it just stops there? How convenient. King g1 and bishop d5? And won convincingly. Are you kidding me? I want to report this puzzle. This is a joke. What do you mean bishop d5 and won convincingly? Like, what after queen c3? Oh, queen c3, there's knight e2. Oh, wow. So it is, we did see this bishop d5 idea, but just not in conjunction with this. Wow. Two completely different ideas. And the point is queen c1 is also met by knight e2, and you win an exchange. So what, if they go queen a4? I think this is a load of bollocks, though. Like, the fact that the puzzle just stops and doesn't force you to find bishop d5, this is why knight g3 works. Like, you can't just stop the puzzle here. Unless the point is, you've got multiple winning moves after king g1. Let's have a look. Oh, you have multiple winning moves here? Oh, you've got d2 as well? I didn't see d2. That's annoying. Life sucks. Apparently bishop c8 as well. Okay, well, everything wins. Wow, that's crazy. Did my knight e3 move lose? Yeah, this is also. I mean, okay, I'll keep saying this over and over, but this kind of chess is definitely not my style. Wow, rook e3, and I completely lose my -7 advantage. That's ridiculous. Rook f2 was my thinking here. Oh, but the thing is, I'm not even just winning back my rook. I sacked a piece to get this, right? So this is just nothing, right? Again, it's kind of like justification of a move out of I don't know. You're like, you want it to work and it feels right, but yeah, my feeling is wrong, right? So yeah, let me catch up on chat. Okay, so actually Frizz found it. He said knight g3. And if king g1, knight e2, king h1, bishop d5. Holy crap. That must be from memory, right, Frizz? Or did you literally get that? That's crazy to find bishop d5 there. Jamie's chess, also if you started playing later, your peak will be later. Just because pros often peak before 39, adult improvers will peak later. Right. I can believe that. I mean, yeah. Who was it? I think it was Jonas Papinu, this GM. He basically said there were just 3 things that he needed to get to GM, and okay, maybe this is easy for him to say. But it was something just time, experience, and a love for chess. I think he said something like this. I don't know if it was time and experience. I think it was time and experience and love for chess. Something like this. And the point being for him, he said that basically it just took so much experience of losing games after games after games and getting close and getting close and getting close until it finally all clicks. And basically, I think he got the GM maybe quite late, actually, for given the fact that he's 2,600 now. But I think he got his GM title pretty late, maybe in late 20s or something like this, or 30s or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think everyone peaks differently with chess. Yeah, queen takes e1, exactly, Frizz, yeah. Yeah, bishop d5 at the end still has the queen a4 square. I noticed that, but I think the point is you can just still play d2. Yeah, and d2 is strong. He found the HD button. I'm so proud. Yeah, Jan, I think we've been doing HD streams for some time, and I think actually like my settings had been changed due to like my chessable course. Maybe something like that went wrong. But yeah, glad to have found the HD button finally. Yeah, just life's not moving up, right? Finally, like worked out how to add mods to the channel and have some HD. Like it's pretty nice. Yeah, D2 is obvious. How did I miss that? I missed it as well. I think this is actually a common thing where when you've got like a really strong pawn, like the pawn on D3, because it's protected, you don't want to push it because you feel like, pushing it is then weakening the pawn. But actually, okay, if it's concretely winning something, then pushing is actually very strong. Yeah. Want to say thank you again? Okay, appreciate it, Jan. Thanks. No, it's not memory. Okay, awesome, Frizz. Well, you played like Aliakin, so that's great. Okay, I think let's do one final one. Wait, actually it's 2:19. Now, you know what? Actually, I want to prioritize lunch and a nap. So lunch and a nap comes first, and we give it our best. So I think we'll end there a little bit early today. But yeah, this was good, and definitely let me know in the comments below. Also, thank you to SSS who said congratulations on the win yesterday. Yeah, this was a nice game, and probably I'll show it at some point or something. I don't know, but yeah, if you can comment below what you guys think, or maybe just DM me what you guys think about the Chess Lifestyle Academy idea. I can't remember at what point in the stream I mentioned it. Probably like around halfway through. But yeah, would be definitely interested to hear any feedback or thoughts, because I mean, these kind of projects, I've had so many projects now where like in the moment it feels like a great idea, and it feels like, you know, it's got great potential, but then, you know, for whatever reason it doesn't work out. So yeah, definitely interested to hear feedback about this kind of stuff. But yeah, thanks for the best of luck, and okay, see you guys tomorrow probably for another stream. Actually, tomorrow is a morning round. So I don't know, probably it might be like a vloggy kind of stream, actually, just like on my phone or something like that. I don't really know. But yeah, on that note, guys, adios. Bye.